Hello students. So ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ KPTCL JE 2022 ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅದ್ದು key answers as well as solutions ಕೊಡ್ತನು. But when we went through the question paper, somewhere around 7 to 8 questions ಒಳಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎರರ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವು. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಎರರ್ ಅದಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಮುಂದೆ when I will be explaining the question paper. ಆಮೇಲೆ JE ಒಳಗೆ ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೋ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಒಳಗೆ 12 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ವು. And they were very small and very easy numericals. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೈಸ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ವೇಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪೇಪರ್. ಸೊ RCC ಒಳಗೆ 5 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಹೈವೇ ಒಳಗೆ 5 ಕ್ವಶನ್ನು, ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ 1 ಕ್ವಶನ್ನು, ರೈಲ್ವೆ ಒಳಗೆ 1 ಕ್ವಶನ್ನು, ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ 4 ಕ್ವಶನ್, CTM 1 ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಒಳಗೆ 14 ಕ್ವಶನ್ನು, ಜಿಯೋ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗೆ 1 ಕ್ವಶನ್, surveying 9 questions, engineering mechanics 2 questions, SOM 9 questions, environmental engineering 8 questions, irrigation 4 questions, FM and open channel flow 7 questions, hydrology 4 questions, then general studies olaga aptitude 4 questions, polity 3 questions, current affairs 11 questions, history 4 questions, geography 3 questions. So ee thara weightage ee question paper olaga bandittu. So now let's see the question paper. So let's start with the first question. In the limit state design of concrete structure, strain distribution is assumed to be. So ಏನಂತ assume ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Linear. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಂತಲೇ ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ. So that's why it is assumed to be linear. Question 2. For a beam section to be under reinforced, okay, the satisfying condition shall be. So ಯಾವುದು? It is option C. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ under reinforced ಒಳಗೆ ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇರತ್ತೆ. And E condition ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? It is for balanced section. And A condition ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? This is for over reinforced section. Next question. In PSC, the minimum grade of concrete used for pre-tensioning. So ಯಾವ grade of concrete? It is M40. So post tensioning ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ M30 ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. Next question. The strength test that is not commonly adopted for evaluation of subgrade is. So ಯಾವ್ದು ನಾವು test ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ? Option A, because this standard penetration test is used for determining angle of shear resistance, which is phi, and relative density of the soil. Next question. While aligning a hill road with a ruling gradient of 6%, a horizontal curve of radius 60 meter is encountered. So grade compensation kelaro nimaga. So how you will calculate? You will find the two values, that is 30 plus R, okay, divided by R. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ substitute ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. So 30 plus what is radius? 60. So 90 divided by 60 ಮಾಡಲ್ಲೇ ನಮ್ದು 1.5 ಅಂತ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಏನೈತಿ? ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ IRC it is 75 by R. So 75 divided by ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? 60. So where you will get the answer as 1.25. So we have to take minimum of 2 values. So correct answer ಇದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ 1.25 ಬರಬೇಕು. But that is 1.25%. ಬಟ್ ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದು ಸಿ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಟೈಪ್ ಎರರ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಸಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ನೀವು ಸಿ ಟಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ 1.25 ಇಸ್ 1.5. ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಏನು ಎರರ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಅ ಬಾಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೂವೇಬಲ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ನಾನು ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಸೊ ಇದರದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟವರ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಇನ್ ಲಂಡನ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೂವೇಬಲ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್. Next question. The minimum stopping side distance required for vehicle moving with a speed of 80 kmph. So ಇದನ್ನು without calculation, that is ನಾವು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. SSD is equal to VT plus V square by 2GF ಅಂತಂದು. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಬದಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ IRC, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ 80 kmph ಗ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಸ್ಟಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದು 120 ಮೀಟರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ದ ಡಿಸೈರಬಲ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ಇನ್ ಅರ್ಬನ್ ರೋಡ್. ಸೊ ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಡಿವೈಡರ್ಗೆ ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಅರ್ಬನ್ ರೋಡಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತೈತಿ? 5 ಮೀಟರ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೂರಲ್ ರೋಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ 3 ಮೀಟರ್. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಓದ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ನಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಯರ್ ಏನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ MCQs ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್. The minimum grade 80 by 100 indicates that under standard test condition penetration value of bitumen would be. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಪೆನೆಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೈವೇ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ 80/100 penetration value ಬಂದೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅದು? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ 8 mm by 10 mm. So remember this unit. Next, a switch consists of, this is of railway engineering. Here it consists of stock rail and tongue rail. So mainly the switch is used for change in the direction of the rail. So ಅದು ನೀವು crossing ಅದು ನೀವು diagram ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ so you will be able to answer this question. Next, the salvage value is the amount of. So this question is from CTM. So it is for which an equipment can be sold after certain use. So ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು equipment use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಂದು buy ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ like JCB, whichever other construction, road roller and all. So when you use for a certain time, like few years, and after that sometime if you want to sell it, so it will have certain value, right? So the value whatever this material will be having during the sale, that is called as the salvage value. 12th question. Intangible benefits are those so which are not directly measurable but have a greater impact. So intangible benefits ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಹೈವೇ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಕಲ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ರೋಡು ಸ್ಮೂತ್ ಆಗಿ ವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿತ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಡ್ರೈವರ್, ದ ಪ್ಯಾಸೆಂಜರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಕಂಫರ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಜರ್ನಿ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕಂಫರ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಮೇಜರ್ ಇಟ್. ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಖುಷಿಯಾಗದಾರು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಆರಾಮಾಗದಾರು. ಸೊ ದೋಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾನ್ ಮೆಜರೇಬಲ್ benefits are called as intangible benefits. Any specific type of the cornice is measured in. So ಇದು ಎದ್ರಾಗ ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮೀಟರ್. ಸೊ ಕಾರ್ನೈಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ, ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ, ಆ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಟೈಪ್ ಎಜ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಬಂದಿರತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as cornice. Next question is from estimation and costing. A footing has 3 steps each 25 cm thick. So 3 steps ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, 25 cm thickness ಅದು. So this thickness is 25 cm. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಥರದ thickness 25 cm ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. Okay, the bottommost step is 0.7 meter width. So ಈ bottommost and each offset being 5 meter. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ offset ಏನೈತಲ್ಲ, so this they are saying as 5 meter. Okay, as per the question, if the rate of the stone masonry is rupees 5,000 per meter cube, the cost of the footing per run turns out to be. So total cost ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅದು. So now when we see the units, so ಇದು 25 cm thickness correct ಐತಿ, 0.7 meter wide correct ಐತಿ. But here the offset cannot be 5 meter, so it has to be 5 cm. So now 5 cm ತಗೊಂಡು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so you will add straight away, that is 0.7 plus 0.6 plus 0.5. So ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ವಿಡ್ತ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಇಂಟು 0.25. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 0.45 ಮೀಟರ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್. And that you multiply by the amount, that is 5,000. So this you will get the answer as 2250. But anyways you will get the grace marks for these kind of questions, don't worry. So when we had made the PGCET question paper analysis, okay, so PGCET paper nu KE adavara conduct ಮಾಡ್ತಾರು. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗೂ ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಎರರ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಆಗಿದ್ವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಒಳಗ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದವು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ. So the next question is, PERT is generally applied to a project which are under research work use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ because this PERT is a probabilistic approach. It is not a proper approach. So ನಿಮಗೆ probable value ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ, hence it is used for a research project where your results are uncertain. Next, bricks prepared by dipping mold in water every time are known as. So ಈಗ ನಾವು ಬ್ರಿಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೌಲ್ಡನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಡಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮೌಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಮಷೀನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ so that the mud should not stick to the inner face of this mold, so that time the type of the brick is called as slop molded brick when we use water here. The process of grinding clay with water and making it plastic is known as. So this question is from the preparation of the earth during the manufacture of the brick. So first process in the preparation of earth ಐತಿ. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ಸಾಯಿಲಿಂಗ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಡಿಗ್ಗಿಂಗ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆದರಿಂಗ್, ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಬ್ಲೆಂಡಿಂಗ್, ಸಿಕ್ಸ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಂಪರಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ಸೊ ಬ್ಲೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಾಯಿಲ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಬ್ಲೆಂಡಿಂಗ್. Weathering ಅಂದ್ರೆ we will leave the soil exposed to the atmosphere in a thin layer format for certain period of the time, so that is called as weathering. Digging ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಡಿಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೆಗಿತೀವಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಒಳಗ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಗ್ಗಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪಗ್ಗಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಪಗ್ಗಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದ್ರ ಬದಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಂಪರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಂಪರಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವಿ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಸಾಯಿಲ್, ವಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅ ಫೈನ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ and then we knead it, ನಾದತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನ in a device which is called as pug mill, and this process is called as pugging. So this is what, that is the reason I personally feel that option A is correct, which is pugging. Next question, the specific surface of cement should not be less than. So specific surface is very very important. Thin surface of the cement, finer materials, ಎಷ್ಟು ಏರಿಯಾ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡು ಕೂಡಲೇ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಲೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಏರಿಯಾ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕೈತಿ. So this is called as specific surface. So ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರಬೇಕು minimum, it should be 2250 centimeter square per gram. So if we use rapid hardening cement, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರತಿ, it should be less than or equal to 3250 centimeter square per gram. And if we use Portland pozzolana cement, so this SSA or the surface specific area of the cement should be less than or equal to 3000 centimeter square per gram. The minimum bucket length generally provided at the bottom of under-reamed pile. So either the correct answer actually it is 50 centimeter. Okay, but again il unit mistake ageti, so hence you can expect grace mark for this particular question. When coring is to be done in hard stone and compact rocks, then usual method of coring is called as blasting. So it is very simple question. The specific gravity of Portland cement, so idu ellargu gottaithi 3.15. The soundness of cement is tested by using Lee-Chatelier's method. So soundness andre ena, like volume change or expansion of the cement now find out ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. The magnetic declination at the place where the magnetic bearing of the sun at noon is 184 degree is. So magnetic bearing ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರು ಅವರು, 184 degree ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರು. Now you need to calculate the magnetic declination. So it is very simple. 180 degree minus of magnetic bearing of sun at noon. So which will be equal to 180 minus 184. So where you will get the answer as -4. So -4 andre ena, it is 4 degree west. So your correct answer is option A. Leveling across a river is done by. So illa river irdaithi, that is where you cannot measure the distance straight away or directly between these two positions. So ಆ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೆವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So we go for the reciprocal method of leveling. Next, closed contours with higher values inside represent as hill. So higher contour value inside ittandre, for example inside 150, adad kule 125, adad kule 100 outside ittandre, that represents hill. But other reverse way ದಾಗ ittandre, like outside higher, inside kami ee type banditandre, that time depression would have been the correct answer. The length of the tracing arm of a planimeter between the tracing point and the hinge is 16.6 cm and the diameter of the rim of the wheel is 9.12. The area of revolution of measuring wheel will be. So il again ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ unit confusion aita namaga. Now here you will be using the formula as A is equal to pi dl. So pi into 1.92 into 16.6. So once you calculate you will get the answer as 100 meters square. Next, the adjustment of closing error in a closed traverse can be done by which method? Bowditch rule. So here we use it in the compass survey for fixing of the errors. Next, by Rankin's method, the deflection angle delta at any point in the curve is given by what formula? So ಏನು ನಾವು formula use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, simple derivation ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. Delta is equal to C by 2R, where the unit is in radian actually. Radi. Okay, so C by 2R into radian ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ನೀವು ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, into pi by 180 into 60 minutes. So when you calculate, you will get the answer as option A, that is 1718.9 C by R minutes. Next question is from surveying. In passive remote sensing, the object is detected by reflection of light from sun. Okay, so ಇದು passive ಅಂತೀವಿ, which is natural source. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ರೇಡಾರ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಇಫ್ ದ ಬೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಲೈನ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ 34 degrees 30 minutes ಈಸ್ಟ್, ದೆನ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೈನ್ ಈಸ್, ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ 340 ಆಯ್ತಿದು, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ 34 degrees ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಸೊ PGCET ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ PGCET 2021 ಒಳಗ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟಿ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸರ್ವೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದ್ವು ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಬೇರಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಟೈಪಿಂಗ್ ಎರರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೇರಿಂಗ್ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಸೌತ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಅವರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಸೌತ್ 34 degrees and 30 minutes ವೆಸ್ಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ you can expect a grace for this. Different grades are joined together by, so different grades are joined together by vertical curve. Any number of coplanar couples can be reduced to a single couple whose magnitude will be the algebraic sum of the moments of all the couples. What will be the relationship between Young's modulus and bulk modulus when the Poisson's ratio is 0.25? So formula ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, E is equal to 3k 1 minus 2 mu. Okay. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, mu ಜಾಗದಾಗ 0.25. So once you calculate, you will get option C as correct. That is E equal to 1.5 k. To find the maximum value of slenderness ratio of a given number. So ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಸ್ಲೆಂಡರ್ನೆಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ is equal to L effective divided by K. Okay. So L ಹೆಚ್ಚಿದ್ದಾಗ K ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ. So that is the reason option D is correct. That is the least value of its radius of gyration should be considered. So your K is least radius of gyration. This lambda is slenderness ratio. This L effective is effective length of the member. The maximum bending moment in case of simply supported beam of span 2 meters carrying a point load of 4 kilonewton at the mid span. So simple ಐತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಐತಿ. Okay, so 2 meter span ಐತಿ. So ನೀವು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಯುವರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ WL by 4. ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು 4 into 2 divided by 4 which will be 2 kilonewton meter. For a simply supported beam loaded with the UDL throughout the span. Okay, so simply supported beam. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಜ್ ತಗೋತ್ನು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಲಿಂಗ್ ತಗೋತ್ನು, loaded UDL, okay, which is W kilonewton per meter. So what will be the maximum slope and deflection? So this is the standard case. Option A is correct. For a simply supported beam with a point load anywhere on the beam. So ಹೆಂಗಿದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ again simply supported ಐತಿ, point load anywhere ನಾವು ಮಿಡಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿವಂದ್ರ ನಿಮ್ದು SF ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಹೆಂಗಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, shear force ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಹೆಂಗಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, W/2. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, WL/4. So if we see the condition, both option D and A are same actually. So there is a confusion. So you can give the correct answer in the comment section. When depth of the rectangle is doubled, the moment of inertia of the section is increased by how many times? So depth andrena I1 ನಾವು ಏನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋನು BD cube by 12. Then I2 ಏನು ತಗೋತೀರಿ, again BD cube by 12. D ಜಾಗದಾಗ ನಾವು 2 substitute ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, like 2D cube by 12. So ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ 8 BD cube by 12 divided by BD cube by 12. So here the correct answer is 8. The resultant of two mutually perpendicular forces of magnitude 3 kilonewton and 4 kilonewton acting at a point is. So very simple ಐತಿ, without calculation, without writing also ನೀವು solve ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ automatically here it will be 5. Okay, that is Pythagoras theorem you can apply under root of 3 square plus 4 square, which will be under root of 25, hence it will be 5 kilonewton. Next question, the maximum strain energy stored is called as option B, which is proof resistance. The maximum permissible chloride content in water for domestic supplies should not exceed, what is the answer here? It should be 250 ppm, that is parts per million. This value is suggested by BIS. Next, the detention time for an ordinary plain sedimentation tank is, it is usually 4 to 8 hours actually. So if you see here, option C matches. Next, the electrostatic precipitators are used as pollution control devices for the separation of the suspended particles. So this you have studied in air pollution. So this electrostatic precipitator works on the concept of attraction of the opposite charges. The least expensive and most suitable excreta disposal unit for rural areas would be, so idu naan public health engineering or teach madidni in environmental engineering. So it is option B. The Ethinole project being implemented diverts water from streams in Western Ghat areas which drain is into the sub basin of the river. So it is to the river Hemavati. The diversion headwork is constructed to. So if you see, all the options can happen. So hence all the above are correct. The depletion of ozone layer is mainly due to excessive melting of the snow due to global warming, reduced melting of the snow due to global warming. It is because of CFCs, that is chlorofluorocarbons. While discharging treated sewage into river, it should be ensured that oxygen in it should not be less than 4 ppm. That is, minimum dissolved oxygen should be 4 ppm, okay, or 4 milligram per liter, so that the aquatic life should be alive. The code followed in India for drinking water is option A, that is IS 10500. Bernoulli's theorem is based on the principle of conservation of energy. The hydraulic mean depth is given by, so R is equal to A by P. So option C is correct. A rectangular channel of 5 meter has a bed slope of, so rectangle channel ad width ಏನೈತಿ 5 meter. So ಇದರ bed slope S is equal to 1 by 2500. Manning's constant ಏನೈತಿ 0.025. Now you have to calculate the normal discharge, that is Q value you calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು using the Manning's formula. So here the depth is 2 meter. So formula ಯಾವುದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು? Q is equal to 1 by n, R raised to 2 by 3 into S raised to 1 by 2 into A. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ n ಜಾಗದಾಗ ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? 0.025. R ಜಾಗದಾಗ ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? A by P. So what is area? 5 into 2, that is length into width. And perimeter ಏನಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? 2 plus 5 plus 2. Then slope 1 by 2500. Then again area 5 into 2. So ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8.58 ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್. So if you see like nearest option is somewhere around like 8.46 cubic meter per second. Okay, so that's the reason you can expect grace mark for this particular question. Which of the following cases of rectangular channels width is B? Okay, width B kotaru, depth Y kotaru in case of most economical section. So most economical section in a Y by B. Okay, Y is depth. Usually it will be half. So now if you see the options here, so option A is correct. What is the reason? ಈ Y ಜಾಗದಾಗ 2 substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ B ಜಾಗದಾಗ 4 substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. So it will cancel out, you will get 1.5. Okay, so hence option A is correct. Next, the energy loss in a pipeline due to friction is obtained by the expression. So ಯಾವ expression ಮ್ಯಾಗ HF ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Energy loss, it is option B, that is FL V square by 2GD. A rectangular plate of base 2 meter, okay, has the height. So height ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ ಇದರದು? Vertical height 3 meter. Is immersed in water such that its apex is open to the surface of the water. The hydrostatic force on one of its sides when rho is equal to 1000 kg per meter cube and G is equal to 10 meter per second square is. So now we need to calculate here the hydrostatic force. F is equal to ಏನತ್ formula? Rho G H dash A. So rho ಏನೈತಿ 1000 kg per meter cube. G ಏನೈತಿ 10 meter per second square. H dash ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? effective height, that is 2 by 3 of 3. So which will be equal to 2. So H dash ಜಾಗದಾಗ 2 substitute ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. area ಏನಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? half base into height, that is half 2 into 3. So once you calculate, you will get F answer as 60 kilonewton. Next, dash is a storage reservoir in a penstock of a turbine so as to reserve water on sudden stoppage of water due to closing of the valve. So here which type of tank we use? We use surge tank because it absorbs shocks due to sudden opening or closure of the valves. Next, the process of water percolates into the ground and joins the groundwater. This process is called as very simple infiltration. The catchment has an area of, so area is 10 kilometers square. A rainfall of 100 mm in 2 hours on it produces a runoff of yield of dash if the losses is 2 cm per hour on an average. So we had studied different types of the losses in hydrology. So based on that, here you need to calculate the total runoff. So runoff with formula ಏನೈತಿ? Runoff depth into catchment area. So catchment area ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? 10 kilometer square. So ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮೀಟರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ದಾಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? 10 into 10 raised to 6 meter square ಆಯ್ತು. So this is what your catchment area. Now what is catchment depth? This runoff depth will be rainfall minus losses. So rainfall ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 10 centimeter ಐತಿ. So minus of, so 2 centimeter per hour loss ಆಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರ so 4 hours ಗೆ 4 centimeter ಆತು. So losses ಎಷ್ಟಾತು 6 centimeter ಆತು. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ 6 divided by 100 minus of 10 into 10 raised to 6. So once you calculate, you will get the answer as 0.6 million meter cube. And isobar is, so now kaltiu, it is the line joining the points of equal pressure. Bly's theory is used in the design of all of the above because we use it for earthen dams, we use for gravity structures, we use for foundation of on porous beds. So next question, for growing paddy, the ideal water application is, so ಭತ್ತ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ನಾವು ನೀರು ಹರಿಸಬೇಕು ಹೊಲದ ಒಳಗ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಕ್ಲರ್ ಅಂತೂ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊಲ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ಗಷ್ಟೇ ನೀರು ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡು. ಫರೋ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡು. ಫರೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನೋಡು ಅಡ್ಡಿ ನಾವು ನೀರು ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡು. ವಿ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಚೆಕ್ ಬೇಸಿನ್ ರಿಸರ್ವಾಯರ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ನೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ವಾಟರ್. ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ರನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಎ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಾವು ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ hydrogram. Here x-axis will be time and y-axis will be runoff. So this is called as hydrograph. A dash is a permanent structure constructed transverse to the river flow and extends from the bank into the river to a certain limit. ಈಗ ನಮ್ದು ರಿವರ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ so as to reduce the speed. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಗ್ರಾಯಿನ್ಸ್. The lower water cement ratio in concrete. So lower water cement ratio ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಬಾಂಡು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, then small creep and shrinkage ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. Hence option D is correct. The initial setting time of rapid hardening cement should not be less than 30 minutes. The specific characteristic compressive strength of 150 mm cube at 28 days in Newton per mm square is. So ಇದ್ರೊಳಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ಗ್ರೇಡು ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾಂಕ್ರೀಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. Hence we will not be able to answer this kind of question. Curing of concrete roof slab is done by, so ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, by option D, that is maintaining wetness for 24 hours and thereafter water curing by ponding or by spraying. NDT, that is non-destructive test inspection, is an array of application method to dash about a material system of a component without permanently altering it. So ನಾವು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಾರ್ದ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, hence it is called as non-destructive test. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಡೇಟಾನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Hence option C is correct. Chemical attack on concrete results in, so ಏನೇನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ದಿಂದ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗು ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, deterioration of the concrete ಅನ್ನು ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲದು deterioration. Hence option D is correct. Standard size of concrete cube for compressive test ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, it is 150 mm. The maximum bulking of sand occurs at a moisture content of 5%. Okay, so usual range is 4 to 6%. ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, range ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನಮಗೆ. 72. A chedja of span 1 meter supports a fascia at the end of a cantilever which develops a force of 1500 Newton. What is the bending moment induced to the support? Okay, so ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ನಾವು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1500 ಕಿಲೋ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು 1500 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಲೋಡ್ ಐತಿ and this is 1 meter. So direct ಆಗಿ 1500 into 1 which will be equal to 1500 Newton meter. If the maximum bending moment is 125 is kilo Newton meter, partial safety factor against yield stress and buckling is 1.1 and the characteristic yield stress of steel is 250 Newton per mm square. The section modulus calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾವು. Section modulus is Z is equal to M by allowable. Okay, so M ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ನಮ್ದು 125 into 10 raised to 6. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ಗೆ 250 divided by 1.1. So 550 into 10 raised to 3 mm cube. In the method of design based on limit state concepts, the structure shall be designed by option A for the limit state of collapse and then it is checked for the serviceability. In any corner of a two-way slab contained by edges over both of which the slab is continuous, the torsional reinforcement equal to dash shall be provided. So if you read here, all options are wrong, hence none of these is correct because here the torsional reinforcement is not required when the two-way slab edges are continuous on both the sides. So now they were all the technical questions, general studies and just answer the freedom of press in India, option B is correct. Which of the following statements regarding the exit poll is correct? Option A. Who is the first woman chairperson of SEBI? It is option C. Smart money is a term used for credit card. Who among the following introduced the term protein revolution? Narendra Modi. Which one of the following statement is not true? So if you read the options, option D is not true. That is Northwest Frontier Province was to be the integral part of India and no referendum was to be held there. Next, assertion. Given below are two statements. One is labeled assertion and the other one is labeled as reason. So in Nodri, here the option C is correct. A person who said that the revolt in 1857 was neither the first nor the war of the independence. R.C. Mujumdar. Match the following. So if you read the options, option D is correct. The president of Ukraine, option C, Manjamma Joguti won Padma Shri Award for her contribution to the field of folk art. President of Kendriya Sahitya Academy is option B, Chandrasekhar Kambar. Fruits is a software application for farmers database. Indian boxer Mary Kom has won World Amateur Boxing Championship. So yes, one medal, it is option C, that is 6 times. Next is aptitude question based on the salary. Here calculate, your answer will be B. And then this question is from the calendar, you can say, or yes, calendar. So here the correct answer is option C, Wednesday. Next, the question is from directions. Here the correct answer is option D. Next question is from series. So here the correct answer is option D. So first till 10 minus martivu, next 15, next 20, so next 25 madavu. So 62 minus 25 is 37. Next is match the following questions. Here option C is correct. The largest glacier of India is option D. Which of the following trees is not a softwood variety? So your softwood light is mahogany. Consider the following statements regarding BIMSTEC. The full form in a Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multisectoral, Technical and Cooperation. So it is for option C. That is only for this purpose and for this purpose, not for the second purpose. So here if you see the statement, option fourth statement is missing. Okay, so hence you can expect grace marks for this question. Next, Unnati is another full form, Unispace Nano Satellite Assembly and Training Program. Last question. During the state emergency, the president by proclamation cannot assume himself some powers exercised by the High Court. So these were all the questions from KPTCL JE 2022 question paper. Okay, so simple question paper ittu ashte difficult irlilla, and most of the things we had solved in our lectures also in various subjects. So I will be definitely making a video on the key answers for KPTCL AE also. So just give me some time. So saying this, all the very best for the preparation of the upcoming KRIDL exam. And if you need any courses for any of the exams with respect to civil engineering, that is for GATE, KRIDL, RWS, PGCET, SSC JE, then you can try contacting the number 9916085858 or 8447141748 for joining the course, as well as once the student join the course, I will be making the preparation strategy also, so that you can study accordingly very systematically from your home itself. See you in the next class.